I'm going to make this sound as terrifying as this is, but every time you drop consistency, you reset your momentum. So if you go ghost and you just stop making content, stop posting, stop showing up, stop delivering, it's basically like starting again in business. You lose trust. People don't trust you. They're like, this person's a ghost. Why should I work with them? And every time you do that, every time you restart, it's literally like starting again in business. So if you're going to commit to a certain thing every week in business, there's no off days. There's no, I'm taking 3 months off. There's none of that. You are in this for the long haul. Welcome to episode 110 of the Success School podcast. Today, we are talking about what it really takes to build a seven-figure business in 2025 and how to do it. We were joking in the car on the way here. It's a bit of a therapy episode for us today. So it might be a few curse words, swearing, and some violence on air. Steph, how are you feeling?
Heavily passionate topic for us. Why would it be like therapy? Like, what's that? Tell me thought.
I feel like there is a general sentiment online that business should be easy and that you should make hundreds of thousands of dollars and work 3 hours a day.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that's fucked. That's just not how it works, especially in the early days.
So we're going to get into that a bit later, and you're going to hear more of Tim's unfiltered opinions. You're looking exceptionally blonde and tanned at the moment.
Yeah, jacked, tan, blonde.
Very handsome.
Handsome, jaw is snatched.
Very, teeth are straightening up.
Super straight, yeah. This is not my personal update, but they connected my final snaggle tooth in my mouth because I've got braces, so it was off to the side doing gang signs. And it's connected now, so my teeth are getting straighter.
Getting straight, yeah.
If you guys are on YouTube, let me know. Do they look straight?
Do they look great? Yeah. Give us a smile.
Steph, personal update. Do you want to kick us off?
I'm gonna kick off with something I think that's hopefully valuable. Something that I've learned.
Hopefully valuable.
I think it's very
We just talk about ourselves in this segment. It's epic. I love it.
It's actually not about me. It's about something that I learned this week, and I thought that I would share it with you guys because it's been very helpful for me. I think it's really cool, and I want to help you guys have wins too. So something that I learned this week, little hack that I did from a course that I'm currently doing, is that, this may be really obvious to some of you. On Instagram, if you're trying to grow on Instagram right now, the best place to catch on to content ideas and trends is actually on TikTok. So things will typically get viral on TikTok and then a couple of weeks later move over to Instagram. So if you're wanting to get on like viral trends and be ahead of the game when it comes to creating content on Instagram, spending time on TikTok is super helpful. But there's a specific way that you can find out what type of content is trending in your niche on TikTok. So I'm going to give it to you. You're going to have to write this down or grab your phone. If you're driving, please don't do that. Grab your phone and write this down. But if you go to TikTok and you go to the search function and you type in Creator Search Insights, and then within that, you'll be able to search your topic. So let's say, for example, we could look up business coach or online coaching business. It will literally show you all of the trending pieces of content that are happening for your niche that are based on, because TikTok has incredible SEO capabilities that are based on what people are searching for your niche. So not just what creators are doing, but what's actually trending and viral because people are searching it for your niche. So helpful. I've been spending a little bit of time on there and I've been loving it.
That's cool. Can you still get dog videos in there?
Dog videos are undoubtedly one of the fastest way to grow your Instagrams.
What else have you got from the creator course? Give us some top three. If come to mind.
A lot of it is really obvious stuff. There's so much, honestly, there's so much, and we're actually deep diving some of it tomorrow with our clients. But your personal brand should actually be exactly what it says. It should be personal. So it shouldn't just be, for me, I've made the mistake of for a long time just sharing business content and business tips and business ideas. But people actually want to know more than just about business from me. And so, sharing a bit more about our fitness, our health, our relationships, things we're up to, ways that we structure our day as multi-seven-figure CEOs, that sort of content. It's actually super easy to create because obviously it's just my life. So it's been super helpful. And additionally, if you want to grow on, especially Instagram, because that's my number one platform that I've been trying to focus on growing, you've got to post reels. And I haven't been posting anywhere near enough reels. You know me, I'm a queen of a carousel, love a carousel thread, but that doesn't get you new reach and new followers very easily. So I'm doing a lot more reels, spend a lot more time with it, and it's actually been really fun. I've been enjoying it.
Steph hammers our creative team for the carousels.
I do.
She'll message our creative team and be like, need this fucking carousel done tomorrow. And it's just gives them no time to get it done.
I'm like, hey, I've written this awesome carousel. Could you please graphically design it and get it all ready and then schedule it in later for me by tomorrow?
Yeah, lastminute.com. The absolute last minute of last minutes.
What about you? What's up?
So it was a really big moment for me a couple of months ago. And when you kind of step out into a micro influencer, which I did. So I hit 10,000 followers, which means micro influencer boy, air high fives, let's go. And I I'm saying that as a bit of a joke. It's a little bit of a joke. But once I did hit that threshold, I had people DMing me. Like all of a sudden, as soon as you hit 10K, people just DM you with shit.
Like what?
Like offers and to influence for them and like, hey, get my product and whatever. It's like 9,999, nothing, and 10,000, the floodgates open.
Really?
And had a cool brand deal. Well, not brand deal, but like, you know, a company reached out to me, Baxter Blue, and they want to send us some blue light blocking glasses, which I was like, this is a fit because I wear blue light blocking glasses basically during the day, which, you know, I don't really, but towards the end of the day, I wear them at night. I wear them in nightclubs. I wear them to the movies. I wear them to the shops. I wear them everywhere. So I love blue light blocking glasses, which is funny. It must be you hit some kind of criteria in the search of like 10,000 followers, and then they automatically like start taking it a little bit more seriously. And I did notice as soon as you do get that 10,000 followers, you get a bit more reach. Like stuff just starts opening up for you a little bit more. As soon as that happened, my content started doing better. I get more likes, I get more saves, I get more shares. It was super strange. It's like something happens on the algorithm. But I basically, you know, this section's just about talking about ourselves. And I just want to tell you guys I'm a micro-influencer now. So
if anyone has any brand deals, they want Tim to advertise their merch, as long as it's aligned, you know, he's open to gun deals. He's open
it's got to be aligned. Guns, bikes, Rams.
Free
you guys
dentist.
want to give me a car? That's
free
cool.
dentistry would be awesome.
Yeah.
Doctor.
I need to get my teeth whitened.
Mr. Pang, we would love it if you would give us free dentist.
All right, guys. So we're talking about what it really takes to build a 7-figure business in 2025 today. Before we get into that, guys, you may know, you may not know, we have a mastermind program, and it's called the Success School Mastermind, just like the podcast. Essentially, if you are a coach, consultant, agency, or service business, we can help you scale your business, and we would love to have a chat with you. We've just redone our website, so you can go and see all the information on there. It's makemoreprofit.com, and then just click on the mastermind tab. But we'd love to extend the opportunity to work with you. We have a new application process, so if you're interested, have a read through there, see if it's for you. We would love to offer you the opportunity to work with us, and we know that we can grow businesses, especially with sales and marketing. That's what we do. So jump on there, check it out. If it sounds like a good fit, apply, and then Steph and I will reach out to you within probably like an hour and let you know if it's a good fit or not, and we can have a chat and see if that's great for you.
Yeah, we'd love to see you in there. So today we are talking about what it really takes to build a 7-figure business in 2025. Tim, there's a lot that we're going to cover today, which I'm super excited to dive in. But like, what do you think the main thing, like if you zoomed out right now and we look at all the people that we know that are trying to build 7-figure brands, they're trying to build 7-figure online businesses, what's like, if you had to distill it down to like one key ingredient that absolutely has to rock in order to help you get there, like what do you reckon it is?
Effort.
Oh,
yeah.
That wasn't what I expected you to say.
Yeah, just effort. Like lots of effort, lots of hours, because that's just what it takes.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
It's not like, you know, and we're probably guilty of this, perpetuating you can work 3 hours a day or 4 hours a day and make 7 figures. You can't.
Well, you can once you get there.
Yeah, but you can't.
A little bit, but you can't to get there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know anyone who's worked 4 hours a day and built a 7-figure business.
Yes.
Like it just doesn't happen.
No,
it's like
neither do I.
12-hour days.
Yeah.
What about you? Like high level, if you were to distill it down to one thing, what would you say?
I wish I could pick two, but I'm going to pick one. I think you have to do a really good job.
Yeah.
I really do. I think if I look back at in my 7-figure year, so when I went from, 30K months to 85K months, I was so hyper focused on my clients getting results. Yeah, there was effort. Like I was working 10 to 12 hour days, easy peasy. But there was so much effort on like, how can I make this the best possible experience? How can I make this the best possible program? You're having this problem. How can I find a way to solve that problem? Like, and consistently solve it over and over again, And how can I make this the most touch points and have the most cool community? And it was just this hyper focus on just making it the best. And I think that that's also the reason that we're now scaling to the multi-millions is that's 100% our focus as well right now. It has been for the last couple of months. It's just been, how do we just take, like we've built this, it's freaking cool. It gets our clients results, but how do we just turn it up and like make it the best community ever, the best place ever to be? And I think a lot of the times people are so focused on getting new clients in the door, they just forget to actually focus on
serve their clients
and make it the best possible program, best possible offer for their clients.
Yeah, for sure. I love that. So we've got 7 kind of points here to run through. We're going to run through, spend a couple of minutes on each of them. So the first one is you need a strong offer that solves a real problem, has a real ROI, and you have to be able to sell to cold audiences. So we have gone through this a few times on the podcast so far, but essentially your offer has to be so good that, like realistically, if someone just read it on a piece of paper, they would be interested in it. And that means offer, outcome, price point, guarantee, all those types of things. It has to be like a no-brainer and a yes, okay? Because the more effort you have to put into the sales process because you're trying to convince people and woo them and tell them what they want to hear, and you're taking away from the time that you can actually spend delivering or improving your product or getting them results. So I'm really big on this, and I've seen this in our own offer. As soon as we change from $5,000 up front to $297 a week, we doubled our sales really quickly because the offer was like a heck yes and a no-brainer. And I think like from what I've seen, like we've coached hundreds of businesses. We've seen like good offers that are well priced and get results. They do really well. Like almost they don't have to market themselves because people are just coming in because it's word of mouth. They've heard about it. They're getting really good results. It's a no-brainer and it's a heck yes.
I think that where this goes wrong is that people just don't match their offer to their audience.
Yeah.
I think that you can, and we've been guilty of this, I think that you can want the audience that you want, right? So let's say that you're a health coach and you want to work with athletes, but your entire audience is like mums, school mums, right? You can want to work with the athletes or the people who are 100% committed, but if you don't have that audience and you're creating offers for an audience that you don't have, you're gonna find it really hard to scale that up. And we've made this mistake before where we're like, we don't really want to work with like, this type of person, that type of person. It's like, we want them to have this amount of money before they jump in. We want them to be, and like you put all these rules on being able to have access to your knowledge and access to your program and access to your support. And you stop people from being able to have access to it, which is like the opposite actually of what we were trying to do because we have impact goals, right? And so I think that so much of this comes down to like, you have the audience you have, right? Right now, anyone who's listening to this podcast, you will have an audience of people who are in your world. And we can start to build an audience of people who you like want, of course. But right now, the easiest thing that you can do, the highest leveraged point or decision that you could make right now is just to sell an offer to the audience you have that makes sense. It's the price range for them, that's the right length for them, that solves a problem for them. Easiest way to make money in your business.
Yeah, and along that, you might not be getting rich tomorrow, but you are sowing the seeds for further relationships with people. And I think like there's this whole like, and I'll just say this as it is, it's like the whole girl boss movement of like, charge your worth, charge more, you're worth whatever, double it. But can your audience actually afford that? Like it's one thing just to charge more because arbitrarily you feel like you're worth more. Everyone does. I get it. Like I'm worth more than $15,000 a year, but we charge that because that's what our audience can afford to pay. And I think that's where this goes wrong as well, is people like overpricing what they do because someone on Instagram said they're worth more.
I agree. I think that the pricing strategy you need is to price what your audience will pay rather than pricing. And pricing is just, we've spoken about this before, but it's such a game. It's such a dance. It's like you put it up, you test, you put it down, you test. Like it's such a dance. But making your offer a heck yes, which comes down to pricing and also inclusions and also solving the right problem for your audience. If you nail that, honestly, you'll grow quite quickly.
The second point here is you need to expect long days, especially in the beginning. So 10, 12 hours a day is not uncommon. And I just want to be real about that. Like I had a guy in my DMs this week and he was basically being like, hey, I need to toss up between training and growing my business. And he said, as soon as I put more effort into training, my business goes backwards and then vice versa. And I was like, dude, that is what it takes. Like we're not sugarcoating this, guys, and especially when you're starting out. You have no skills, therefore you need to acquire skills. Acquiring skills takes time, and you've got to do reps, and you've got to do it over and over, and you've got to do hours, and you've got to do hours, and you've got to learn. You're wearing all the hats. You've got to do sales, marketing, you've got to do ads, you've got to do emails, you've got to like learn how to DM sell, you're going to manage team, you're going to hire VAs. All this stuff takes time. And Steph can probably give me the analogy here of like walking versus running versus catching a train versus, flying a plane, of like getting to the destination faster.
Yeah, like let's say the destination is a 7-figure business. So we're all going to a 7-figure business. It's where we all want to be, right? Let's just, for the sake of this conversation, assume that every single person listening to this podcast right now and us, we want a 7-figure business. All of us are going to get there as long as we don't stop and we don't give up, okay? Like it just that some of us are going to get there on different timeframes, all right? So the reason that I was able to go from $30,000 months to $100,000 months within 12 months is actually a multitude of reasons, but one of the main reasons is the fact that I was putting in so much time. I had so much time and energy to give it. One, I was still in my 20s. What a gift that was. And late 20s. And so not as like tired. I had no other options. Like I had to make this work. I was 100% driven. I had the time. I don't have children. I didn't have huge, expenses or mortgages and stuff that I had to pay out that I was freaking out about. And so I was able to reinvest a lot of the money that we were earning back into the business. I went all in on it. I worked 10, 12-hour days. And so I got in the plane and I got to that destination really quickly. If you're listening to this podcast and you are a mother of 2 children under 4 years old, as an example, you don't have the same time as I had to grow that business. So you might be I was in the plane, you might be in the car. So instead of it taking me 1 year, it may take you 3 years because you just don't have as much time to give. And if you're a parent, you have 5 children and you have, 1 to 2 hours a day to work on this, we would probably say that you're on the bike. So, it's a little bit slower. You can still get there. It just may take 5 or 6 years for you to get there, but we can all get to the same destination. We're just going in different timeframes. And I think when we compare ourselves on social media to other people that we're seeing online, we're comparing ourselves and like, oh, well, how did she get there so fast? And I can think of like 3 or 4 people online immediately, like Maria Went, Jamie C, official. Like there's a few people online who have done it fast. It looks quick. I've been watching Maria Went for 10 fucking years. I watched her make $10,000 a month. I watched her make $30,000 a month. I watched her learn the skills and get the reps and learn the skills and get the reps. And everyone's like, oh, she's just blown up. No, because she had the skills to blow up. So it looks fast, but it was a huge amassing of skills. And so if you don't have any skills, you're going to be on the bike. It's going to take you some time. And I just think don't compare your journey to other people's.
Leads us into point 3 is you need to wear all the hats. And that's kind of perfect for what you were just saying there. And I'll give you an example here. It's like I see people get wrecked probably like 5 times a week with this when, they'll go and have an epiphany that they need to run Facebook ads. And then they're like, I'm going to outsource this to a Facebook ads agency. And then they get wrecked by the Facebook ads agency. And then they have no idea what went wrong because they have no fundamental understanding of ads. So they can't tell if the ads are good, bad, poor, if it's working, is it growing the business or not. And then they get strung along for 6 months, 9 months, paying these huge retainers because they just don't have a fundamental understanding of marketing of business. This is my philosophy, and you guys might disagree with this, but I feel like as an operator, especially in small business, you need to have a fundamental understanding of all aspects of your business, from finance to sales to marketing to email marketing to all the nuances of it. And that sounds like a lot of work, guys, but you know what else is a lot of work? Wasting hundreds of thousands of dollars on people and agencies that suck. So, my take here is I think you guys need to have a good understanding of everything. Do you agree or disagree?
Tell a story that you just told me in the car, the guy that you chatted to today. Talk that.
Yeah. So I had a call with a guy called Todd today, and he spent $30,000 US on a webinar funnel, some ads and an agency to make that for him. They charged him $30,000 US, so 46,000 Australian. And it took 3 months to make. I could probably whip that up in an hour, like start to finish.
What they actually did
yep. For him. And it still doesn't work. And they're giving him all this bogus advice. I was on the call. He was telling me the advice. I was like, this is fucking awful. And he just doesn't know. Like, he didn't know. He was like, oh, that's so relieving to hear that you think that. And I'm like, fuck, man. Like, people are getting ripped off all the time with this stuff. And they just don't have an understanding of it. And like, sometimes we say this stuff to our clients, we're like, you got to get on the calls. Like, you got to understand ads. And people like moan and groan at us. But like, that's what it takes.
I think the most underrated thing, and this actually isn't in our 7 points, but the most underrated thing in business is if you just take time to amass the skills, like maybe if you need to get some income in the door, like we've had this conversation about 10 times in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
If you need to get some income in the door to be able to take the time to build the skills in your business so that you can have a business in 3 to 5 years' time that makes you all the money that you want so you can finally get out of the rat race for good, then get the fucking income that you need to get. Like, we've spoken about this. Like,
do whatever it takes.
Get a job.
Yeah.
Go and work at a cafe in the mornings for 3 hours to build a couple of $100 a week so you can reinvest that back into something in your business, into, coaching, or if you're running Facebook ads. Saying to somebody, I don't have the money, is just saying, like, I haven't been bothered enough to go get the money.
I haven't tried hard enough to get
the money because Tim and I have spoken about this, like I said, so many times recently, but like, I left no stone unturned. I picked up jobs on Airtasker. I got a job as a PA to a dentist for a couple of months just to tie us over when I was working full-time and doing the business on the side. Like, I am not above. I've sold like random one-to-one spots when we said we won't do it because we needed some extra fast income, mini courses, VIP days. Dude, you just do what it takes. You just do what it takes to get the income in the door. And if you reduce the financial burden. So if you bring some income in the door, work a couple hours a week, get on Airtasker, do some gardening for $1,000 for a weekend. If you drop the financial burden that you're experiencing, you will then be able to now invest in going and getting the skills that you need. You'll be able to focus on building those skills without the financial burden. And then those skills are going to pay off tenfold. But everyone seems to know this, but no one wants to actually go and do the development of the skills.
They don't have the dog in them.
Yeah.
Like entrepreneurship, guys, you have to have the dog in you to do it. You got to do whatever the fuck it takes.
I was hungry.
You have to be willing to do it.
100%.
Like sometimes we say to people, you got to get out from behind the screen. Like it's not just posting on Instagram and sending an email. Like you're going to have to go get your hands dirty, meet people, network, do uncomfortable shit.
Totally.
And they're like, oh, fuck, man, I will do whatever it fucking takes to be successful.
100%. Yeah, interesting. So point 4 is that daily content is a non-negotiable. And we're going to also talk about long form as well. But given that you guys have AI now, there's just no reason why you shouldn't be creating daily content.
Yeah.
There's just no reason. And if you're still overthinking your content, then you just need to get out of your head and get into your creativity.
Fucking post it.
Just stop watching other people's shit and just start thinking for yourself. Like, give yourself some content prompts and then just go and write some content and then put it up. Like, it actually gets to be that easy. Ask AI to give you some content prompts, go and write the content, stop comparing to other people. I think the reason that people get so heady about content is simply because they're watching everybody else and they're trying to get it right instead of just creating.
Yeah.
I think you just need to get in the habit of creation and you can optimize over time.
Yeah, you need to become a student of it as well. So it's like, yes, do that. That's great. And then you need to say, cool, this worked, this didn't, this is how I'm going to improve it. Because yes, posting content is great, but posting shit content over and over for months on end is like almost pointless. So you need to start, don't let us discourage you with that, but you need to become a student of the game of content as well. It's like all the stuff we're telling you right now in this podcast is super uncomfortable. It's like what we're telling you is basically you got to work fucking hard and you're going to have to become a student of this stuff. And that's what it takes to build a 7-figure business. That's what it takes to just have a normal business these days, not even 7-figure. Like this is the bare minimum because as Steph kind of just alluded to there, like the bar is so fucking low now with AI, like anyone can make content. So how are you going to stand out? How are you going to make it better?
Let's talk about long form.
Yeah, long form. Obviously, we are savants of long form content.
If you need tips.
Yeah, 110 episodes of this podcast. No, we've done about 400 eps between us of podcasting. Podcasting's probably changed my life, like if I'm to be honest with you. We had someone sign up 2 weeks ago to Success School. They listened to 100 episodes back to back. I had a 15-minute phone call with them, signed up. That's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know any other marketing platform or medium where you can get that. We've recently just started on YouTube, and that's also been amazing as well. Our YouTube strategy is basically like how to do something with online coaches. We're releasing a video a week, and then we're capturing emails by they're going to click the link in the description and download our thing. Then we get their email address. But for us, it's like we wanted to put a body of work on the internet long term. So if we do a video a week on like a how-to content, in the next couple of years, we're going to have hundreds of videos and it's going to be amazing. And it's just this constant thing that's always getting views over and over and over and over. And it's always building. So it's like compounding interest or compound marketing or whatever it is. It's like it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger at all times, which is amazing.
Why should people look into long form these days?
Yeah, so AI content is becoming super prominent. Therefore, everyone can do it. Therefore, you're just blending in. So for me, long form content is that thing that separates you from everyone else because you can't AI yourself yet, or you can't, like it's visibly, you can't tell. So I think it's the standout. And as soon as AI makes it easier to send emails, which it is, and make content, it's like that next differentiator. And people have to be in your orbit for 7 hours to become a mega fan of yours. And that just builds out so much quicker.
I have loved long form. I've even really enjoyed creating the YouTubes. All right, point 5, guys, is that slow progress is normal. It's not always $0 to $100, $1,000 in. In fact, like the other thing I would like to say here is that I also came up in the coaching boom. You know, I think that there was a period of time in 2020 where, you know, if you got some momentum, you could get some momentum quite quickly. Things have changed. There are a shitload more coaches in the market right now. So it's going to be a little slower than it was before. It can still be fast. We've had all of our clients, a ton of our clients have doubled year on year or quadrupled or 400% increased. So you can still get massive growth very, very quickly, but also slow progress is normal.
100%. I just want to move on to the next point, which I think is super important. And I'm going to make this sound as terrifying as this is, but every time you drop consistency, you reset your momentum. So if you go ghost and you just stop making content, stop posting, stop showing up, stop delivering, it's basically like starting again in business. Like basically scratch zero. You lose trust. People don't trust you. They're like, this person's a ghost. Why should I work with them? And every time you do that, every time you restart, it's literally like starting again in business. So if you're going to commit to a certain thing every week in business, there's no like off days. There's no like I'm taking 3 months off. There's none of that. You are in this for the long haul.
I love it. And point 7 is that, and we alluded to it earlier, but your product needs to wow people. If you're not creating super fans with your product or service, then you need to work on your product or service. There is no point sitting here from your ego saying things like, but it's just so good and they're just not getting it. No. Like that's just,
not that good.
It's not that good. If your audience aren't getting it, if they can't implement it, if they're struggling to get results inside the thing that you promised to get them results in, the thing needs work. Your product should create super fans. I literally had a conversation with a girl this week that was like, I'm signing up because I met someone in the gym who's part of your program and she never stops raving about you guys. Thank you. Shout out to Nicola for being our raving fan. We have hundreds of raving fans, and that's why we have so much demand in our program. And so if your product isn't getting those raving fans, and then absolutely you need to work on it.
All right, guys, got 3 hard truths. We're going to roll through these pretty quick. I'll go through the first and third. So if you're not putting in the hours, don't expect 7-figure results. So this shit takes work. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Don't let some idiot on Instagram tell you that you can work 2 hours a day and make massive money. You can if you have the business already, but you can't grow your way somewhere with 2 hours a day.
Thinking about business is not doing business. You might think that, oh my God, I'm putting so much time and effort and energy into it. Just because you're thinking about it, you're freaking out about it, you're in fear about it, you're in scarcity about it, you're worried about it. That doesn't actually mean you're doing business, okay? You have to actually do business. That means you have to get online, you have to market, you have to make offers, you have to sell to people, you have to serve your clients. Thinking about it all the time doesn't equate to doing it.
And number 3 is AI has made the floor higher, which means daily email and daily content is just the baseline now.
So Tim, if you were to start again, what would you start with? If you start again tomorrow, what would you start with?
I would make an irresistible offer, like actually make it irresistible that people couldn't say no to it. If you're getting no's on this, it's not irresistible enough.
The second one is like, I would choose a market with money. Now, in saying that, like you definitely need to make sure your market has the money. However, if you currently have a market, I wouldn't try chasing one with money. I would just try making an offer for the market you currently have.
The next one is you have to make the outcome clear and results focused. And if you're going to do that, and you just need to back yourself in and get a result here.
If you're just getting started, keep pricing competitive. So keep it lower priced so you can build wins and testimonials. And people are like, oh my God, this is such good value.
Make content daily that's high quality, shareable, and fun.
Focus on growing your email list. I think email is a really slept on marketing channel. Send 3 emails per week.
You need to run monthly conversion events with at least 10 people. Like even if you're just getting started, guys, 10 people like in a room is a lot of people. Conversion events can be webinars, workshops, challenges, can be in-person stuff, can be catch-ups, can be meets, can be like all the things.
This one I did religiously when I got started. Take calls, take free calls, give free calls away. It's not wasting your time because the more that you help people, the more that you are able to talk to them, the more you're going to learn what they need, the more market research you have and the more understanding you have of the audience you have, the easier it's going to be to create products that solve their problems.
And finally, you need to run ads 24/7, even if that's $5 a day. You just need to stay top of mind with your audience. We're going to get into the listener question. So it's from Antoinette J. Why am I struggling to grow my business coaching business? Steph.
Oh, so good. It's harder now than it's ever been to grow a business coaching business. The reason for that is because it's a really crowded market. It's like the new fitness of the industry. Everyone's doing it. There's zero barrier. And at least with fitness, you have to have a qualification. Business, it's like there's nothing in place. So it's crowded. Everyone wants to be a business coach. Everyone thinks it's going to be easy. It's literally never been a more flooded market, which is probably why you're starting to struggle a little bit with this.
Yeah. I think on the outside, everyone's like, yeah, I can just give business advice to people, like, you know, do marketing, make sales and get a better offer. But in actuality of it, it's like extremely hard to do.
Yeah.
You have to have like a big base to do it.
Absolutely. And I think it's like one of those things, you're not really just competing, you're literally surviving at the moment. It's like a survival match out there to get clients. And so like, again, if you really want to grow a coaching business right now, you got to have the dog in you. You got to want it more than the other people want it. And there are people out there that really want it. So you got to work for it.
All right, guys, if you got some value from that, hit that subscribe button. We've loved this chat. And no one actually sends us messages about the podcast, but if you really do like it, send us a DM on Instagram at RealTimFree and at Steph Gorton, 2 underscores on the end. Super painful and salty that that's still your name.
Okay, we need to sort that out. It will be sorted soon.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.